Welcome to Aussie BBQ Tales. This episode is dedicated to the Chidlow BBQ Festival. So grab a beer with the boys from Billabong Brewing, put your feet up and enjoy the show. Set in the beautiful Perth Hills, about 45 minutes from Perth City, is the historical railway town site of Chidlow. Known for its beautiful forests, wildlife and Lake Leschenaultia, barbecue teams from all over Western Australia come together to compete for Australian Barbecue Championship points, prestige and prizes at the Chidlow BBQ Festival. What made you think of doing this?
Well, actually, Norm is best to tell this part of it.
It was all about, 40 odd years in pubs behind the bar, and to hear guys rock up on their Harleys and talk about cooking. And it just spun me out into go, really? You're not talking about cars and bikes? And it was all about American style barbecue, and it all started from there.
But this is about low and slow cooking. These guys have got meat in there for sometimes 14 hours. We think we can run these international events here, and we want to get on that international scene and bring barbecue. This is a small town. Chidlow is a small town, but with a big heart.
It is.
Yeah,
the community here is amazing. Like, they pull together so much. It's just amazing how many people around here go on about this barbecue.
Who doesn't like meat?
Exactly.
Who doesn't like meat?
And Muzz is the cook guru.
Yeah, I drive the big black barbecue over there, which is Norm and Fran's, and we're all about meat.
So yeah, this is the second one of these that we've done. We run 2 events like this per year, the Chidlow BBQ Festival and Spit in the Hills.
Give us a little bit of an idea of what kind of prep that you've put in to relax today and for tomorrow.
Well, I left Glenn here overnight after he did the judges course. So I went home and I've already trimmed my pork ribs and those sorts of things. I've bought a few back so that we can sort of demo that for the public so that they can see how certain things are done. The sauces are all done. Obviously we've got all our flavours and everything tried and tested over that time. So.
All right, so have you got your boxes?
No.
Rob's got your boxes?
There's
We know
5
where it
boxes.
goes. Make sure the number
Just
comes
make
in
sure the
on
numbers
top.
are on the top there.
Yep.
As well.
You're entering all categories, are you?
I have to.
Yep.
Or, to qualify as Grand Champion on the KCBS circuit at sanctioned competitions, you have to enter all 4 categories. So that's chicken, pork ribs and brisket. Turn-ins for those will start at 12 o'clock tomorrow. So we'll start throwing in the brisket tonight, probably about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and let that cook overnight and hopefully rest for a few hours before turn-in. Yeah.
So who's getting up to stoke the fire at night?
We're actually using our cabinet, so we shouldn't have to stoke that at all. We won't stoke that at all. So it's a charcoal gravity cabinet, so it basically runs as a comparison, so to speak, sort of like a pellet, but it's all natural woods. So you've got your charcoal and we can add your wood and all those sorts of things.
Now, just on that, you guys designed and made that yourself. So this is your gear that you're competing on.
Yeah.
These designs are your own unique designs, aren't they?
They are. I mean, obviously there are other products out there, especially the gravity cabinets. It's not a new concept. Glenn just sort of tweaks, ideas and things like that. He's certainly worked really hard on this one to get it functioning economically. So, like the other day, I had it running for 26 hours on 10 kilos of charcoal, which was amazing. Yeah. So no, I might get some sleep if I'm lucky. Yeah.
So you're 15 on the KCBS Championship in Australia, which is great. Congratulations
very proud.
for that.
Thank you.
Awesome. What's your expectation on tomorrow, and where do you think you might? Where can it get you from there?
Oh gosh, where can it get us? It can take us to the Royal in Kansas City, the Royal American Royal. The fellows DBQ that won the Grand Champion last year are actually competing at the Royal this very weekend. So they've gone from 12 months winning here, and now they're over in Kansas City, which is fantastic.
Okay.
So that's the ultimate goal, is to return to the States and compete over there. So fingers crossed.
I'm here with Big Don. Mate, you're the man, or one of the big men in barbecue here in Perth. A lot of people talk to you in that light. You've got a lot happening in terms of what you do here and how you barbecue. How do you juggle it all, mate?
Look, I'm not sure how it took off quite like this. I started as a hobby a couple of years ago, and you start doing some catering and kind of just goes from there. Next month will be a year that I've been full-time barbecue, which I didn't know if that would happen when I left my job a year ago. But the scene for barbecue in Perth just kind of keeps growing. There's a lot of good people, at events like this. There's a lot of good people involved in barbecue, and I've hooked up with some people that have become good friends now as well that are part of the business. So from the burger side, and
yeah, so just get that nice crispy edge just around there, nice cheese melt in the middle. Yep. See that nice flaky edge around there? That'll be full of flavour. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's just taken off, and people have been shockingly supportive, and we're really happy about it.
And about that support, I mean, your team, they're a bunch of young people getting into it, and you're kind of mentoring them. You've got a team of 10 today.
It's not so much mentoring as throwing them in the deep end themselves. It's hey, guess what? You're doing brisket or you're doing chicken, and a couple of people work together to make sure it's a good result. I mean, we've been more of the restaurant and service style of food, and that's quite a bit different from competition style food, which is it's like sort of the horse and pony show of barbecue. You try and appeal with sweeter flavors to a wider audience, but it may not be what you'd cook at home. Until last event in Chidlow, where we were lucky enough to win Grand Champs, we'd had about 4 or 5 in a row where we turned up mixed results and just drank in a field with the rest of the barbecue crowd. So that's fine too.
And your accent, mate, it's...
Not American. Yeah.
I know, but it comes fairly
I should play it up a bit though when it's stuff like this. Oh, that American guy was so nice.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. No.
But it is close to the home of barbecue, or what we see down under here. Mm-hmm. But from one of our discussions earlier, you're saying that we're pretty up there when it comes to barbecue around the world.
So I'm from Alberta, Canada, and I've been here 15 years. And when I head back home and I have a look around at sort of the barbecue scene in Canada, because of the weather being what it is there, you only get a handful of months a year. Because of the great weather in Australia, I reckon the scene here is massive and booming. Just because someone who's from America doesn't mean necessarily their state has good barbecue. California and the West Coast and those areas are only recently having a boom in barbecue the same way as we are here. And in some ways, the number of Aussies that go over east and have a lot of success in competitions, and there couldn't be a better country to be involved in this kind of barbecue, because even in winter, I mean, at worst, there's a bit of rain, so it's not too bad.
So it's a pretty gutsy move, mate, to come out here or anywhere like this and think you can cook something up for a crowd and win prize money. What made you think you could do that right at the beginning?
At the beginning, you don't think that you can do that. At the beginning, you're like, I'm just going to come have a bit of fun and see what happens. And then you start to see other teams and you go, oh, well, they do well. Why did they have success? And you start to research, and I've made a few trips to the States, and mostly it's from the side of food service and good quality sort of restaurant food, but there's definitely the chance to win some prize money and bragging rights at barbecue competitions is pretty cool as well. So it's definitely one where you just come in and have a punt and see what happens most of the time.
Yeah.
But it's more of just an organization contest. Whoever's the most organized usually and doesn't drink too much, he usually has a good shot.
Yeah, I saw your beers, mate. They're the 6%ers coming out of the...
Yeah, everybody's on a strict 2 or 3 can limit until it ends.
New styles aren't new. Ghosters that are very fashionable at the moment. As you know, Dan, not a favourite of the sows, but I keep feeding them to him. One day he'll come around. Ran's pretty keen on them. Myself, I quite like them. But that's a very, very old-fashioned German style wheat beer, and it's just been forgotten about in a commercial sense. There's such a range too. Just the bacteria that are used. Brettanomyces or Lactobacillus being 2 of the main ones that we use, but they deliver such diversely different flavours. One's quite clean, almost like a sweet sour milk, the Lactobacillus, which is used in the yogurt production sites, whereas Brettanomyces is a lot funkier, a lot drier. There's a lot more harsher and even more offensive. But combining those together, and that's the skill of us as brewers, is to get it right. The other side of it is what we're finding is these sours match very well, like good wine does, with food. So what we're finding is those beers are replacing table wines as the go-to for your meal. So instead of maybe having a Sauvignon Blanc, you look at a watermelon sour to have with a little light entree, a little salad, or something that's got a little bit of tartness so they can match up. So the sours give you quite a complexity in flavour that I know up until a number of years ago, not that many years ago, that I'd never really tasted.
We're here with Tina and Paul. This is their first event. Guys, what makes you do this?
We were fortunate enough last year to go to America, and we went to see Myron Mixon. He's the winningest man in barbecue. Went to his cooking school just to improve our barbecue. Such a great bloke, such a great character. Met some really great people. Then we decided to build a barbecue for the weekend. As you can see, it got a bit bigger than Ben-Hur. And then we just thought, well, we're sort of 90% there, let's have a go at competition barbecue. So we've been practicing for the last month or so, and here we are.
So it's just the two of you, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You're going in all categories?
Yes. Yep, go hard or go home, I reckon.
And who's the chef and who's the...
It's a bit of half and half. Paul looks after the fire, and he does a lot of the prep work, but I made all the rubs and all the glazes and all that sort of stuff, and the injections, and so
it's a combined effort. We both got our strengths and weaknesses. My wife, whilst I was building this, supported me out in the shed for a few weekends, so she did a lot of cooking on the weekends whilst I was fabricating. But
yeah,
I mean, you can't do it without support.
Yeah, he's been months building this thing and stressing out a little bit about the cost, because it's not cheap. It's certainly not a cheap hobby, but no, I'm loving it.
Motorsport.
Apparently, it's cheaper than motorsport and less dangerous. But anyway,
yeah.
so
for now.
But yeah, so I was all a bit nervous today and what to expect. So this is our first go. And
do you want to take us on a little tour of your box?
Yeah, sure.
You got a name for it?
Big Red. I painted it red because it's my wife's favourite colour. It's I don't know what it is actually. It's a vertical smoker. It's actually a similar design to what Myron Mixon uses. We've got the firebox at the back there that we feed. I can move the fire up and down. I can adjust the venting system there.
Is that your favourite fuel, or?
It's just readily available. It burns pretty constantly. I notice a few people use Jarrah. I don't like the flavour, I don't think, in the meat. So I just use this, and I'll add pellets or trying different varieties of wood. There's a bit of apple wood there. It's funny, it doesn't smell like apple. It smells quite sweet when it burns.
It's got quite a vanilla almost.
Yeah, so we're trying that, and we've got some peach. So basically I've just fabricated couple of stainless steel grills. We can adjust that. There's a water pan in there to keep nice even heat. It's double insulated. It's got like thermal grade insulation in between there, so I don't burn as much charcoal.
Are there any modifications that are needed?
No, I think it's wonderful. Like I say, it didn't look like this a month or so ago, because he's redone all these, but no, I like it. It's good. It's good value. It's awesome. It was interesting getting it into the back of the car. Paul actually bought the van for competition barbecue.
So your first competition tomorrow.
Yep.
What are your hopes? Where do you think you stand?
I'm really optimistic that we're going to win.
And I don't want to come last.
Hey, look, if you don't come in, look.
Everyone participating in this week's event has gone out on a limb doing what they are passionate about. They've put it all out there to be scrutinised, to be judged, to be rejected, and to be congratulated. Even I got put on the spot.
So Mike, I have a suggestion for you that I'm hoping you will consider.
Okay.
KCBS runs something that they call a CBJ, standing for Certified Barbecue Judge.
Okay.
Now, this is what they call the standard course, and we're running one here, and I would love for you to be a part of that, because I think it's going to give you an amazing insight. And let me tell you a little bit about it.
I don't feel comfortable about this.
Okay, hang on. I totally get that.
Yeah.
Like, who am I to judge?
Yes, who
else's
am I to
cooking?
judge, especially when I can't do it myself?
Totally get it. But that's exactly what this course is really all about, is KCBS has very structured systems for teaching people how to go about judging somebody else's meat. Whether you cook or not, doesn't matter. So they teach you about the palate. They teach you about texture, taste, the presentation of the meats. This particular one is about a 4-hour course, and they're going to talk you through all of the protocol and everything that a judge needs to know, and then give you an opportunity to have a mock test. So we'll have some meats that are cooked for you.
Yeah.
You get an opportunity to really taste.
Oh, that bit
Now,
sounds good.
After you've sat through this thing, you will be a certified barbecue judge, and that will give you the ability to judge anywhere in the world. But come and sit through the course, because it's going to give you an amazing insight in terms of how technical this is.
Yeah.
These guys will spend sometimes up to $5,000 to get 6 perfect pieces of meat that go into a box. It's very, very technical, and you have to see it to understand it, and I would love for you to see that.
Yeah.
You've just finished the CBJ.
Yep, I did.
I am dying to know how to go.
Fantastic.
Tell me, what did you think?
Well, there's a lot of stuff that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
It is technical. I feel like I am good enough to judge now.
Oh my God!
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's a lot of surprising things. I really wanted to lick my fingers, but I wasn't allowed to lick my fingers.
I know, isn't that? It is the most.
Yeah.
Like you don't even know you're doing it.
No, twice I did it, and I went, oh, I'm supposed to do that. So
Yep.
apparently I'm shouting beers in the pub, because when you lick your fingers, you shout around.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm glad I did it. It's going to help me with my own cooking too.
And did you learn about me?
Yeah, I had the best meat that I've ever tasted.
Well, I'm chuffed to hear that you're feeling confident to judge. I can't
And-
wait to see you in there.
Great suggestion. Thank you.
Wah, wah. You bet.
Back in the pit, barbecue teams, sponsors, and suppliers to the industry show what they're made of. Why do you do this?
Personally, I love the challenge. Not so much the challenge of beating the next person, but the challenge of beating myself. You know, to know that first slice is the perfect brisket. You know, you've achieved what you want to do, and just hope and pray that the judges feel the same.
Do you feel like these are very supportive to you being the gill captain?
I think they're becoming more so. I think at first it was the challenge was theirs to accept that, but I think the boys are becoming a little more accepting of females on the field, which is terrific, you know, and to get that congratulations from them in the afternoon is sometimes better than a prize at the end of the day. Just that recognition that you're up there, you are a competitor, and one hopefully to be reckoned with.
And speaking of boys over there, mate, here he is.
Chief troublemaker.
Well, we need to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Behind every good woman, is there a good man?
Absolutely. No, Jules is in charge. She's the pit master around here, so I'm just a helping hand. We're around. For sure.
And we enjoy seeing this because we know, well, to get personal, you guys are really into each other for starters. So it's really great to see a couple that, you know.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
apparently.
That's the thing. Oh, yours is never coming off.
Yeah, that's it.
Whoa.
There's commitment there.
Yeah, no, that's great, and it's really good. And look, you're passionate about what you do. You're going there all the way. You're making your own stuff. You're doing it all yourself. How big's your team this weekend?
Just the two of us over all the proteins as a team.
Because there's some pretty big team numbers here.
Yeah, there are.
There about 10 people in some teams.
Yeah.
We've gone back to basics on this one, just the two of us, just to see how we get on.
Yeah.
Gutsy move, guys.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
No, I think it's lots of fun. So
Awesome.
we work well together. Yeah, work really well. When Glenn does what he's told.
I do what I'm told.
I think we'll cut there. Hi guys, how'd it go last night?
Yeah, wasn't bad. I got a few hours sleep. I think Paul got one.
It was pretty cold.
Yeah, it was cold.
It was cold last night. But apart from that, we've got some of the meat off resting, so we've got temperature. It looks pretty good, tastes pretty good. So now we're just going to check the ribs and see how we're going there, give it a bit of a spritz.
So you happy with how it's all happening, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, look at that. It's like...
I'd be pretty happy with that.
Cool. Of course, we've got our chicken in, but that's only just gone in.
And
How's it going, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. It's the turn-in morning, so after no sleep, I guess as good as you can be.
Okay, so feeling nervous?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, you come in going, I just want to have fun and have a few drinks with my mates, but then you get to the morning and you go, you know what, I want to bloody win too. So.
Awesome. And how do you think you're going? How's your team going?
Yeah, really good. I mean, we got a big crew. There's a few sort of apprentices, and everybody's got a job, so it means I can drink coffee and relax for a few minutes, which is good. That's how you get through the day, is caffeine. Yeah.
And mate, can you give us a tip? How do you think you're going to go on the day?
Nah, you don't even want to speculate. It's like superstition, mate. It's like asking somebody before the grand final how they're going to go. It's like, we'll see, you know?
Awesome, mate. Well, we're looking forward to tasting it all.
Oh, cheers. Swing by and have a taste.
I guess where I see it going is probably the playing around with more flavours and the blending of styles. Like, because that's probably the biggest thing now is people are blending styles. Like you're seeing hoppy sours come along, and you're seeing sour stouts, and the boundary between styles is slowly disappearing. And that's probably where the future is going. It makes it harder to choose a beer you like because you don't know whether it's going to be right, but it's going to have so much more flavour and progress as time goes on to see those boundaries sort of disappear and flavours merge.
Yeah, it's crazy. You get away with anything these days, pretty much, in the market. Whether it's a Nipah or a hoppy sour or imperial this, imperial that, you know, this fruit is a big thing now, which makes it really, really tricky as a commercial brewer to try and keep up with that. But pretty much your core range is impossible to sell. People out in the market just want anything new, so one-offs, and there's enough of those people they can live on those sorts of beers going forward. Yeah, it's great for a consumer, but super tough as a producer.
Our third place winners for Chidlow's Choice, the Smokin' Hot Jagged Edge. And put your hands together for a first-time member of the barbecue community, Smokin' Genius. And finally, our first place winners with a prize of $1,000, Big Don's Smoked Meats.
Okay, so now into third place for chicken. Cash and some silverware, $250 cash. And the trophy is going to go to Smokin' Genius. Hey. First timers, well done guys, get a call. Good work. Fourth place pork, the Smokin' Hot Jagged Edge. And first place trophy, dare I say it, ribs and pigs.
Oh, sorry, did you want some more enthusiasm out of us?
So, reserve grand champion wins $2,000 cash, the reserve trophy, and a $75 bar tab. You're all welcome to help them drink it with Molly's BBQ Smokehouse. Well done, Molly. Good stuff, mate.
Congratulations, big weekend. How you feeling?
Relaxed now, it's all over.
Tired.
Tired and emotional.
Yeah, I am
Awesome.
pretty emotional. That was exciting.
A bit disappointed I didn't get the grand champion, but
Yeah, definitely gutted about that.
Dirty chicken. Yeah, dirty chicken. Dirty chicken. Don't talk to me about dirty chicken.
And you know what makes it worse? That's Tim's thing is the chicken.
Oh,
so
well
I've got
done.
nothing to do with
Yeah.
that.
You go, girl.
Yeah, no, okay. And I changed it last week from this week, so yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously I did the writing.
That's it.
My job might have come first. No.
Well, change it up again.
No.
Although always stick to what's tried and true.
No, it was good. Yeah, it was great. I had a good time.
Yeah, so is it worth it?
A little punch drunk now. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, I am.
Doing it again?
I'm going to work tomorrow to talk and clean the barbecue.
Okay.
All cleans the barbecue.
Yeah, apparently.
There's
There's flavour in there.
The seasoning, you reckon?
You can't clean the barbecue.
Oh, okay then. Oh, oh well, you clean out the car.
Last question for the weekend. Are you going to do it all again?
Yeah, 3 weeks time.
Absolutely.
Hey Michael, take a video of this so I know how to pack it for next week.